Friends, Namaskar and good evening. Welcome to this weekly briefing in the virtual format.
US government and US Congress have expressed concerns about Amnesty International investigation in India that has led to its closure.
As you would be aware, the Ministry of Home Affairs, which deals with FCRA related issues and foreign funding of NGOs, has issued a press release on this issue, and NGOs are expected to adhere to all our laws, including in respect of foreign funding, just as they presumably would in other countries, including in the US and in the European Union. We also expect that other governments would not condone contravention of Indian laws by any entity.
Last weekend, we saw massive demonstration in front of Indian mission to Pakistan, something that looked worrying.
By laying out the facts of the case, there was this incident of death of 11 migrant Pakistani Hindus, which was reported to us on the 8th of August. And we also received a communication from the Pakistan High Commission requesting confirmation of media reports and other details. What we did was we sought facts from concerned authorities, and an interim response was shared with the High Commission on the 14th of August, including names of 11 persons and other relevant details. We also informed that these people were in India since September 2015 as per records, and the cause of death was due to consumption of a toxic substance, and that detailed investigations were being carried out. Unfortunately, what has happened is that this incident has been exploited by the Pakistani establishment to further its own anti-India propaganda. A staged protest was held in Islamabad, ostensibly by people who claim to belong to the Hindu community. I would say it is the responsibility of the Pakistani authorities to ensure the safety and security of the Indian High Commission and its personnel.
Sandeep Dixit from Tribune has asked, what prospects does MEA see about the Australia-France-Japan trilateral, which recently discussed supply chain issues? Are there plans to extend this partnership to maritime security and the blue economy?
Sandeep, if you are referring to the India-France-Australia trilateral dialogue, which was held virtually on the 9th of September, you would have seen a press release on this. And as was mentioned earlier, the focus of the dialogue was on enhancing cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. And specifically in this dialogue, there was discussion on the economic and geostrategic challenges and cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. There was also discussion on the cooperation on marine global commons and potential areas for practical cooperation in at the trilateral and regional level were also discussed. So this is broadly what the discussion focused on in that trilateral dialogue.
In the WMCC talks, did the Indian side reiterate the stand that it doesn't recognize the 1959 LAC unilaterally defined by China? What is India's response to China saying again that it doesn't recognize Arunachal Pradesh?
Look, the 19th meeting of the WMCC was held yesterday, and we've shared the press release which all of you would have seen. The two sides reviewed the situation along the LAC in the India-China border areas, and they had detailed discussions in this regard, including on the developments since the last meeting of the WMCC on 20th of August. Both sides acknowledged the importance of the meetings between the two defense ministers and the two foreign ministers held earlier in September in Moscow. They also noted that the agreement between the two foreign ministers should be sincerely implemented to ensure disengagement at all the friction points along the LAC. The two sides also reviewed the outcome of the 6th Senior Commanders meeting on 21st of September. As I had noted last week, that meeting had resulted in a joint press release, and two sides had agreed on some steps to ensure stability on the ground, even as they work towards complete disengagement in all friction areas. In this regard, in the WMCC, the two sides were of the view that it was necessary to implement the steps outlined in the last meeting of the senior commanders so as to avoid misunderstandings and to maintain stability on the ground. As agreed in the last senior commanders meeting, the two sides are now working to schedule the next, which is the 7th round of the meeting, so that both sides can work towards early and complete disengagement of the troops along the LAC and in accordance with the existing bilateral agreement and protocols, and fully restore peace and tranquility.
Pakistan reacted on Babri Masjid judgment. Pakistan Foreign Ministry today said Indian institution overtaken by ideology.
भारत एक परिपक्व लोकतंत्र है। यहाँ सरकार और सभी नागरिक न्यायालय के फैसले का पालन करते हैं और विधि शासन के प्रति सम्मान दिखाते हैं। ऐसे लोकतांत्रिक सदाचार को समझने के ऐसे तंत्र के लिए मुश्किल है जहाँ न्यायालय और लोगों को सरकार की इच्छा पर खामोश किया जा सकता है। I will repeat this in English. India is a mature democracy where the government and the people abide by the verdicts of the court and show respect for the rule of law. It may be difficult for a system with a coercive apparatus where people and the courts can be silenced at the will of the establishment to understand such a democratic ethos.